Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge, etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 8 September 2024 are followed. Bengali date 22 ভাদ্র 1431. As per Benimadhavsil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Shukla Panchami and up to 1555 hours, and after that Shukla Sushti. Today's Nakshatra is Swati Nakshatra and up to 1307 hours, and after that Visakha Nakshatra. Today is 252nd day of the year. There are then 114 days left in 2024. Today is 36th Sunday of 2024. Today is International Literacy Day. International Literacy Day is an international observance celebrated each year on 8 September that was declared by UNESCO on 26 October 1966 at the 14th session of UNESCO's General Conference. It was celebrated for the first time in 1967. Celebrated annually on September 8th, this day aims to raise global awareness about the importance of literacy and advocate for inclusive education for all. In 2024, the focus is on enhancing literacy rates to bridge educational gaps, promote gender equality, and support sustainable development goals. Today is World Physical Therapy Day. World Physical Therapy Day is observed to generate awareness about the crucial contribution physiotherapists make to society, enabling people to be mobile, well, and independent. This is observed on 8 September, designated in 1996. World Physical Therapy Day is promoted by World Physiotherapy. This is the date World Physiotherapy was founded in 1951. The day marks the unity and solidarity of the global physiotherapy community. It is an opportunity to recognize the work that physiotherapists do for their patients and community. Today is Rishi Panchami. Rishi Panchami is a Hindu observance held on the fifth day of the month of Bhadrapada of the lunar calendar, the next day after Ganesh Chaturthi. Rishi Panchami is not a festival but a fasting day observed by women to pay obeisance to the Saptarishis, which means seven sages, and to get purified from Rajasala Dasa. Hinduism gives highest priority to purity, and there are strict guidelines to maintain purity of the body and the soul. In Hinduism, women are believed to be contaminated during their menstrual cycle. During menstrual cycle, women are not allowed to enter in the kitchen for cooking, to participate in any religious activities, and to touch any family members. Avoiding these guidelines creates Rajasala Dasa. Rishi Panchami fasting is advised to get rid of Rajasala Dasa. Today is Grandparents' Day. Grandparents' Day or National Grandparents' Day is a secular holiday celebrated in various countries. It is celebrated to show the bond between grandparents and grandchildren. It occurs on various days of the year, either as one holiday or sometimes as a separate Grandmother's Day and Grandfather's Day. Today is Pardon Day. Pardon Day grants you a valid reason to examine your feelings and the time that has passed, and to let that resentment and anger go. Pardon Day, a day to seek and give forgiveness. On Pardon Day, put aside all your grudges, be kind to everyone, and forgive those who may have hurt you. Pardon Day, practice forgiveness, offer amnesty, and show mercy. Apologize to overcome remorse, excuse yourself, and seek absolution. Today is Star Trek Day. Back-to-back in-person conversations with cast members from the Star Trek universe along with exciting announcements and reveals throughout. On September 8, 1966, Jane Roddenberry introduced audiences to a world that championed diversity, inclusion, acceptance, and hope. This is Star Trek Day. Join us on our global mission to take the chair and make an impact in our communities. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Frederick Mistral, 8 September 1830 to 25th March 1914. Joseph Ethne Frederick Mistral was an Occitan writer and lexicographer of the Provencal form of the language. He was a poet who led the 19th century revival of Occitan Provencal language and literature. He shared the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1904 with Jose Ichigrae Eizagure for his contribution in literature and physiology. Today is death anniversary of Swami Abhedananda Kaliprasad Chandra, 2nd October 1866 to 8 September 1939. Swami Abhedananda, born Kaliprasad Chandra, was a direct disciple of the 19th century mystic Ramakrishna Paramahansa and the founder of Ramakrishna Vedanta Math. Swami Vivekananda sent him to the West to head the Vedanta Society of New York in 1897 and spread the message of Vedanta, a theme on which he authored several books through his life and subsequently founded the Ramakrishna Vedanta Math in Calcutta, now Kolkata, and Darjeeling. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Firoz Gandhi, 12 September 1912 to 8 September 1960. Firoz Jahangir Gandhi was an Indian freedom fighter, politician, and journalist. He served as a member of the Provincial Parliament between 1950 and 1952 and later a member of the Lok Sabha, the lower house of Indian Parliament. He published the National Herald and the Navjivan newspapers. His wife Indira Gandhi, daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, and their elder son Rajiv Gandhi were both Prime Ministers of India. He was a member of Indian National Congress. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Derek H.R. Burton, 8 September 1918 to 16 March 1998. Sir Derek Harold Richard Burton, FRS, FRSC, was an English organic chemist and Nobel Prize laureate for 1969. In 1958, Burton collaborated on aldosterone with the Scaring Corporation at its Research Institute for Medicine and Chemistry in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He discovered what is now known as the Barton reaction, a photochemical process that provided an easier means of synthesizing aldosterone. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Agebour, 19 June 1922 to 8 September 2009. Again, Niels Bohr was a Danish nuclear physicist who shared the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1975 with Ben Rai, Mottelson, and James Rainwater for the discovery of the connection between collective motion and particle motion in atomic nuclei and the development of the theory of the structure of the atomic nucleus based on this connection. His father was Niels Bohr. Starting from Rainwater's concept of an irregular shaped liquid drop model of the nucleus, Bohr and Mottelson developed a detailed theory that was in close agreement with experiments. Since his father, Niels Bohr, had won the prize in 1922, he and his father are one of the six pairs of fathers and sons who have both won the Nobel Prize and one of the four pairs who have both won the Nobel Prize in Physics. Today is death anniversary of Miss Queen Elizabeth II, 21st April 1926 to 8 September 2022. Elizabeth II was Queen of the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth realms from 6th February 1952 until her death in 2022. She was Queen Regnant of 32 sovereign states over the course of her lifetime and remained the monarch of 15 realms by the time of her death. His reign of 70 years and 214 days is the longest of any British monarch or female monarch, the second longest verified reign of any monarch of a sovereign state in history. Today is birth anniversary of Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, 8 September 1926 to 5 November 2011. Bhupen Hazarika, also known as the Bard of the Brahmaputra after the river that runs through Assam, was a legendary singer, lyricist, music composer, scholar, artist, and above all a humanist who dared to dream of a classless society. Also fluent in Hindi and English, he wrote over 800 songs in Assamese, his mother tongue. His poetic soul ranged far and wide, from our dependence on nature, history and politics to visionary rapture. His admirers were well aware that he was including them in his vision, excluding none for a better world. He remains a source of inspiration for many who have heard his songs. Even now, a huge portion of his songs remain unknown to non-Assamese speaking people. It was only towards the end of his life that English translations of his songs started appearing in print. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Tim Bargling, 8th September 1989 to 20th April 2018. Tim Bargling, known professionally as Avicii, was a Swedish DJ, remixer, and record producer. At age 16, he began posting his remixes on electronic music forums, which led to his first record deal. He rose to prominence in 2011 with his single labels, his debut studio album True to 2013 blended electronic music with elements of multiple genres and received generally positive reviews. It peaked in the top 10 in more than 15 countries and topped international charts. The lead single, Wake Me Up, topped most music markets in Europe and reached number 4 in the United States. 2006 Malegaon bombings. Malegaon bombings took place on September 8, 2006 in Malegaon, a town in the Nasik district of the Indian state of Maharashtra, 290 km northeast of Mumbai. 1664 New Amsterdam becomes New York. Dutch rulers surrendered to England. The city's namesake, the Duke of York, later King James II, was granted control of a large area after a brief battle between the Dutch and the English. New Amsterdam became New York on September 8, 1664. 1966, Star Trek makes its television debut. Star Trek, the original series, frequently abbreviated as TOS, debuted on NBC on September 8, 1966. The show depicts the adventures of the crew of the starship USS Enterprise and its 5-year mission to boldly go where no man has gone before, under the command of Captain James T. Kirk. 1974, President Ford pardons Nixon. On Sunday, September 8, 1974, President Ford addressed the nation from the Oval Office to announce his decision to grant a full, free and absolute pardon unto Richard Nixon for all offences against the United States which he, Richard Nixon, has committed or may have committed. President Ford noted in his remarks that the pardon reflected both his presidential responsibilities and his personal beliefs. Shortly after the announcement, former President Nixon released a statement accepting the pardon. Although such a statement was not required, President Ford felt it was very significant. By resigning and accepting the pardon, Nixon was publicly acknowledging his guilt in the Watergate cover-up. 1991, the Republic of Macedonia declares its independence from Yugoslavia. On On 8 September 1991, over 95.5% of the 75.8% turnout voters on the referendum voted for the independence of the Republic of Macedonia. 2015, the Late Show with Stephen Colbert makes its debut. The comedian was a correspondent for The Daily Show and the host of the Colbert Report on Comedy Central before he took over David Letterman as the host of The Late Show in CBS. The first show featured presidential hopeful and former governor of the state of Florida, Jeb Bush, and actor George Clooney. 2022, Queen Elizabeth II dies. Charles becomes king. On September 8, 2022, Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history, dies at age 96 at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. The crown passes to her eldest son, now King Charles III. 27-year-old Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor was crowned on June 2, 1953, after the death of her father, King George VI. Today's 8 September highlight in history. In 1504, Michelangelo's towering marble statue of David was unveiled to the public in Florence, Italy. In 1565, a Spanish expedition established the first permanent European settlement in North America at present-day St. Augustine, Florida. In 1664, the Dutch surrendered New Amsterdam to the British, who renamed it New York. In 1900, Galveston, Texas was struck by a hurricane that killed an estimated 8,000 people. In 1941, the 900-day siege of Leningrad by German forces began during World War II. In 1943, during World War II, General Dwight D. Eisenhower announced Italy's surrender. Nazi Germany denounced Italy's decision as a cowardly act. In 1951, a peace treaty with Japan was signed by 49 nations in San Francisco. In 1964, public schools in Prince Edward County, Virginia, reopened after being closed for 5 years by officials attempting to prevent court-ordered racial desegregation. In 1985, Peter Rose of the Cincinnati Reds tied T.Y. Cobb's career record for hits and singling for hit number 4191 during a game against the Cubs in Chicago. In 1986, the Oprah Winfrey Show began the first of 25 seasons in national syndication. In 2012, Serena Williams came back to beat Victoria Azarenka and earn her fourth US Open Championship and 15th Grand Slam title overall. In 2013, top-seeded Serena Williams won her fifth US Open Championship and the 17th Grand Slam title overall by beating Victoria Azarenka. In 2017, Category 5 hurricane Irma regained battered Cuba with 160 mile-per-hour winds. In 2019, Rafael Nadal held up a strong comeback bid to win his 19th Grand Slam title in a five-set US Open final against Daniil Medvedev. In 2022, Queen Elizabeth II, who spent more than 7 decades on the British throne, died at age 96. Her 73-year-old son became King Charles III. Thank you very much for your patience.